Hello, probers.
Howdy.
Welcome to BWA Radio, where we drop nothing but truth bombs about aliens, UFOs, and anything extraterrestrial. Your main host for today's probe is none other than the delightful foul-mouthed Moonwalker, and the equally delightful gray-bearded Buttercup, Kevin the Grey. They are two former MIBs that are risking it all to help you learn the truth. Allegedly. Each week they take it in turns to bring a new case, and at the end, we answer that all-important question. But was it aliens? Now, without further ado, I give you Moonwalker and Greybeard. Alright, fuck Nugget.
Well played, sir. Well played. I was very confused there. I didn't know what you were doing.
It seems we've got ourselves a host, Mr. Granville.
Thought we'd just switch it up a bit.
All right.
Change the flow.
I was curious as to how long you were going to continue with that voice. Nugget. I am not a nugget!
Not gonna lie, we're starting to go towards the end. So this week, we are hopping on the Eurostar and starting in France. For those of you that are not in Europe, the Eurostar is a fucking fast train from the UK to France.
Bonjour!
So we're not going to the City of Love, so Greybeard, put your clothes back on. It's not that type of podcast.
It is that type of podcast.
Not today.
We record naked every week.
Not today.
Today.
The year is 1952. The month, October.
Fine month.
Do we have an exact date? We don't. But that doesn't really matter. We're heading to a commune by the name of Oloron-Saint-Marie in southwestern France.
Ooh, is that a commune or a cult?
It's a commune.
Define said commune.
I have researched this extensively. It's not a cult. It's a commune.
I'll be the judge of that.
Now, one rule that we have here at But It Was Aliens is that the more witnesses we have, the better. Would you agree?
That's one of many rules. The next rule is that we record naked.
But not today. We have many witnesses here. Many, I tell thee. And what did they see, I hear you ask?
Us naked.
What did you see?
Do you want me to guess or?
Nope. I was about to say it before you rudely interrupted me.
Rudely?
Just because we're not getting naked today doesn't mean you have to throw a hissy fit.
Well, I'm for.
What did they see? I hear you ask again.
I asked so very much.
30. Yes, 30 UFOs.
God damn! That's a lot.
Hell of a lot.
It's almost like a meteor shower.
Now, these 30 UFOs...
You just skim straight past that.
Look, we need to get to the gory details. Let's not sidetrack.
Alright.
These 30 UFOs were red and spherical in shape. These 30 UFOs are flying about and they were witnessed in the sky. So we have a description here from
Amongst the meteors.
very reliable source.
Excellent.
Superintendent Jean-Yves Prigent. Now, you don't get any higher than a superintendent, Greybeard. A superintendent. He described a narrow cylinder inclined at 45 degrees, which was moving in a straight line in a southwesterly direction. A plume of white smoke was coming out from the upper end.
Ooh.
I just have something to tell you. This superintendent just happened to be a superintendent of a school.
I was going to ask.
Not
Not police
force.
So this superintendent is as high
It's
as
like
you can
as
get.
high as you can get.
So is that higher than a headmaster?
Of course it is. It's got the word super in his name. Or in his title.
What about super headmaster?
No, that's a whole different headmaster. This is just a superintendent.
Ooh-wee. For a second, I panicked and thought you hadn't plugged in the
Nope.
mixer.
It's plugged.
Woo! So, are we going to encounter other witnesses, or is it just the superintendent?
We encountered loads of witnesses.
Yeah, but you're not telling me about them. I'm asking whether you're going to be telling me about them.
Well, there was one with brown hair. There was one with blonde hair. All of them had eyes.
Did they?
They all saw it.
So no one heard it then?
Ooh. Now you're asking the right questions.
You don't tend to hear meteor showers. You don't tend to. Obviously, if one gets low enough to hit the Earth, then you might. But it's not a meteor. I mean, smoke comes behind lots of objects in the sky. Aliens, for example.
Exactly.
What was the superintendent doing at this time?
He was...
Did you say it was night?
I didn't.
Did you say it was day?
I didn't.
Do you know when it was?
I don't.
Okay, we better continue then.
He was just out minding his own business. Being a superintendent. Being super. He was walking around with a cape. Like Superman.
If so, I'd imagine the students really enjoy that.
Probably think he's the best superintendent ever.
They mock the hell out of him, I reckon.
He's got a Superman cape but with a giant eye in the middle. Now, the first thing I thought of when they said red cylinder was these.
Oh, like the gas tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get on a barbecue.
Now,
Gas barbecue, of course.
if one of
Unless
these...
you're real dangerous. Do you want to come to a barbecue of mine next week?
No, I'm alright. I want to
This will
live.
really get it started. Woo! My sausage is burnt!
Now, if one of these was going off in the sky, would that not give off the same thing? I mean, don't ask me how they're getting it up there.
Someone would have to
The
launch
UFOs.
it, potentially from a cannon of some form, into the sky, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility. It's
Canister
probably
cannon.
not an alien, though, on account of it being a gas cylinder. Propane tank, if you'd rather. So you're saying it's not aliens, but it's propane.
I'm just saying that that's the first thing that came to my mind when they said red cylinder.
All right,
I'm not saying any more. Not saying any less.
We're getting to the facts of the matter here.
Now, these crafts then did something that I don't think we've ever seen or heard of before. They released a white hair-like substance. It covered trees, telephone wires, and also roofs. People picked this substance up and rolled it into a ball, and they described it turning into a gelatinous substance, and then it vanished. One man was allegedly truthfully trapped by the substance, and when he freed himself, it rose back up into the air.
Was it the Oakville blobs that we covered that were kind of similar to that? That substance
Yeah.
everywhere.
That is true.
Ooh. There's no need for that in the research notes. Mr. Moonwalker's put a very well-known picture of, is it Stan's dad?
Randy Marsh.
Yeah, Randy Marsh from South Park. Was he playing?
It's covered in ectoplasm.
Yeah, let's leave it there. Yeah, so when the whale semen got launched into the air, Oakville, remember that?
I do, but I don't remember it being whale semen.
Oh, it definitely was. So I think... Wait, where did this happen again?
France.
There was a whale off the coast of France. Got real excited. Its partner whale happened to brush past it at the right angle. And that whale hadn't been touched for a while. And one thing led to another in the space of 3 seconds. And next thing you know, all this stuff is in the air. Getting mistaken for propane canisters.
So you're telling me that this whale was upside down?
Yeah. They was planning to go underneath. Missionary biatch. Why'd you look confused for? He was in a same-sex relationship.
You got yourself out of a hole there.
Don't know what you're talking about. Anyway. Aliens.
10 days later, this scene was repeated, but this time it was in Gaillac, France.
Ooh. Repeat occurrence, like the Oakville blobs again. Wait, was there a repeat? Maybe there wasn't a repeat occurrence for that. I forget. Continue. What are you distracting me for?
So we're now going to travel over to Venice.
Ooh.
It was October still, but 2 years later.
Season
1954, Pietro Latrucci and Gennaro Lassetti were outside chilling on a balcony of their hotel in St. Mark's Square. They report seeing 2 shining spindles that were flying across the sky, leaving a trail of angel hair.
Spindles. It's an interesting description.
Now, in Portugal, November the 2nd, 1959, 2 disc-shaped objects were spotted over the city of Evora. They also dropped the same angelic hair-like substance. The substance was collected and was analysed by a local school director,
Not a superintendent.
technicians and scientists of the University of Lisbon, and later by the armed forces.
Okay. So is it a hair-like substance if it's all gooey? Because didn't you say earlier on it was gooey whale semen?
I never mentioned gooey and I never mentioned whale semen, but...
The words whale semen did come out of your mouth.
But...
Whale semen came out of your mouth?
Depending on the origin of the hair, I suppose it could be gel-like.
If it came from a person who gelled their hair or hadn't had a wash in a while.
Or an alien.
Okay. The picture you've put in your research notes here, sorry.
Just 2 UFOs.
Okay, there's no relevance in particular. So we have similar sighting/experiences in similar areas of areas of Europe, but there weren't 30 this time. There was only 2.
In this one, yes. And it was years later.
So are we sure they're connected?
We're not. But they are dropping the same angelic hair-like substance.
I wish I'd have listened back to some of our episodes before we started this one to remind myself of the science. I'm sure there's some sort of bacteria that grows in certain conditions or something that goes a little bit gooey-like. Or did a frog get really randy? And, can frogs jack it?
I have no idea.
They've got big, powerful legs.
Again, I have no idea.
Can you imagine
Do not wish to
seeing
know.
a frog jacket? Well, I suppose they didn't have to be jacking it, could they? They could just be mating season and sticking it to each
So
other,
millions
froggy
of frogs
style,
are just like
at it,
shooting
laying
their
their
load in the air.
not in the air. I was going to say they're laying their frog spawn.
Well, how is it dropping from the sky?
Because after, if you'd let me finish, my gosh.
What, like the frog?
After they had mated, a whale swam by and flapped its arm. And the frog spawn went flying up into the air to fall down at a later date. Yeah.
No.
I mean, can you verify that that isn't the truth?
No.
Oh, no.
But I'm pretty sure it's not.
Maybe the frogs frogged up a tree and then caught a warm draft as they were
Frogging.
frogging around, yeah. Next thing you know, there's frog spawn all in the air. That'd be grim if you were walking like down the street and a load of
Just
frog
got hit
spawn
with
just
frog
slapped
spawn.
you in the face. Utterly disgusting.
Some of it's getting in your mouth.
Oh, that is grim. I hope it's not a delicacy somewhere.
Why do I think it is?
I don't know, but I don't want to continue this conversation. That's disgusting.
Or am I thinking of caviar?
Dirty. Well, I don't know. Are you?
Isn't that like fish
Yeah.
eggs?
Fish shit.
I've never had caviar.
What's wrong with fish shit?
I never really want to have caviar.
Like, why don't fish drop logs? You ever seen a fish shit?
No.
They like Spider-Man spurt out of their butts.
I can't answer your question. I'm sorry.
Do you reckon whales shit like that?
I have no idea.
No, I don't think they do because I heard on another podcast once that whales have gaping bum holes, so they've got to be shooting some meat through there, haven't they? And they eat an awful lot. You're really going on a tangent this episode. You need to rein it in and control yourself.
I don't know what your obsession with whales is all of a sudden.
You're the one
come
that
out
loves
of
whales.
nowhere.
What's your favourite animal?
It's a dolphin.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's a type of...
It's a type of dolphin,
Well, it's not, because it's a type of orca, isn't it?
which is a dolphin.
A dolphin is a type of orca, isn't it?
No.
Isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Name your favourite animal.
A killer of whales.
And what's my favourite animal?
Fucking orangutan.
Damn right, son. So who's obsessed with whales?
You.
Nope.
Right, we better get back on track here. We've gone miles off. You and your fucking whales.
Oh yeah, I'm not talking about fucking whales. There you go, talking about fucking whales again. Why can't you just say whales? Why they got to be having sex?
I apologise, probers. Conclusions of the analysis were not conclusive, but what they did allegedly truthfully find
It's not a conclusion.
was that it was a small organism that featured 10 arms stretching from a central core, and that it was an advanced single-celled organism of some kind.
What?
In 1957 in Florida, Craig Phillips, who would later become the director of America's nation's aquarium, director of an aquarium, greybeard. That's
Yes,
one
sir.
of the top honest and trustworthy roles in the entire world.
Is it?
You don't get that job lightly. There's a lot of background checks involved, and for someone like me that doesn't exist, you can't get in.
Do you even need a background check to work in an aquarium?
Yes.
I suppose you would be encountering children, so you might.
It's not why I didn't get in.
You've applied? Was it because of your whale interest? Killer whale interest, in fact.
They heard that I was associated with you, and they heard your whale antics.
I'm just commenting on what you've told me.
Anyway, I digress. Mr. Phillips was witness to the same event that we spoke of earlier, but in Florida.
Whoa.
He was able to collect some samples, but before he could make it to a laboratory, the samples disappeared. And the latest account of this extraterrestrial phenomenon happened on February 10th, 1978, where it was witnessed that this happened for nearly 2 hours near Samaru, New Zealand.
Ooh. Did anyone get ill?
No.
Because with the single cell organism kind of comments, I was again heading towards bacterial growth.
Mm-hmm.
But arms, 10 arms, that doesn't make sense for a single celled organism. We're talking like the most basic of life. How can you have arms if you're... Oh. Can we conclude now? Aliens!
Now, what if I told you that these people were wrong, and that this wasn't the work of extraterrestrials, but the work of demons?
I'm in.
Yes, I kid you not, son. This is demon work. In 1952, 54, and so forth, the unsuspecting people of Earth were subjected to what is known as the demon's butt rope.
What is a butt rope?
Butt rope was shot down from the skies and covered everyone. A core with 10 arms? Only a demon could create something so deadly. And I have an image of said demon butt rope as proof for you today.
Is this like connected research, or is this something you've just come across yourself?
Connected.
That's a spider web.
Yes.
Demon's butt rope.
butt rope.
Is that? Does anyone else call it that, or is that just you? Demon's butt rope. Are you suggesting that spiders are demons because you're scared of them?
Look at that core.
Yeah. Okay, let's count the arms.
And that could
1, 2,
potentially
3, 4,
have 10.
5, 6, 7, 8,
got
9,
more there.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33.
That's not to say the one they collected didn't have 10. Now, angel hair, or silicious cotton, is a sticky, fibrous substance which is described like a cobweb or jelly. Could this butt rope, which has been landing on or even trapping people, been the threads of migrating demons, also known as spiders? Or was it the offcasts from a giant spider, where its hairs come off its legs as it rubs them together?
Gone, not forgotten. That is grim. Is that the one from Harry Potter?
That is the one from
That's
Harry
funny
Potter.
because I was just doing that before I'd looked. I think if spiders were actually that big, we'd probably have found them.
What if
laying
they're
their
just
demon
hiding
Buttrope?
up in the clouds, shooting demon Buttrope every now and again?
Yeah, Gravy's going to get hold of a spider that size.
You never know. Might be able to fly.
It's got no wings.
It's got legs. What if they're like flying spiders?
No.
I was trying to think of something that flies that doesn't have wings, and I was like, I got lost. I was like, it's fucking nothing, is it?
Wing frogs. That's how it got in the air. It's flying frogs.
Now, this is the part of the probe where we turn to science and skepticism.
Ooh.
We have the scientific claim of the migrating demons on their webs, which, unfortunately, during the hotter parts of the year here in the UK, you get hit in the face by.
It is annoying.
And as you can see, there is actually what demon's Buttrope / angel hair look like. So you can imagine one little strand hit someone, they collect it.
That's
and then
literally
it
a
just flies
spider's
back
web.
up.
That is literally a demon's butt rope.
Yep. Now, there are also those in the science world that believe the angel hair, which is an important part of the UFO religion realism,
No, not those pricks.
which we covered in
Shots fired.
episode 89. Surely this can't be real. And ufologists also believe that angel hair could be created from ionized air sleeting off an electromagnetic field that surrounds a UFO.
Ufologists would say
Science, bitch! Now, before I have you conclude, Grey Nuts, let's summarize. We have multiple stories starting in France of UFOs dropping what is a thin, thread-like substance. Some have multiple witness accounts, others have documented accounts and have also been experimented upon. One such experiment was inconclusive, but they were able to tell that it was a single-cell organism with a core and 10 arms. We also take a look at it potentially being demon Buttrope. This is it, really.
that. I wasn't reading along with your research there. I was just listening to you, trying to take it all in.
So, Nuts of the Grey, do you believe these people saw UFOs dropping this substance? Or is it said demon's Buttrope?
It's demon's butt rope, isn't it? Spider webs do go a bit like that when they get wet. They flap around in your face with the wind.
Yeah, you can also just be walking along, you just kind of look up and you just see like a spider web just flying across.
I'm going
Demon's Buttrope.
demon's butt rope alongside meteor shower at times.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is not aliens, but we have concluded it is demon's Buttrope.
I'm not saying that it was aliens, but it was demon's butt rope.
Demon's Buttrope is more
Higher
deadly.
than predator. You just gave me such a conflicted stare. Why you say that?
Okay, we need to summon a predator to get rid of these little demons and their butt ropes. I wonder how you'd summon a predator.
Get really strong.
Stick a bunch
and
of
then come to fight you.
80s macho men in a jungle.
Yeah, put The Rock. Who else is macho these days? The Rock and
John Cena.
John Cena. They put a bunch of wrestlers
Yeah.
in the jungle.
I was about to say Batista.
Wrestlers.
Chuck a bunch of ex-wrestlers in the jungle and let the predator come and wipe. I don't really dislike them. I mean, the predator's going to beat them, but then it can also tackle the problem of demon Buttrope.
Right. Genuine question.
I'd take that as a win.
Would you rather encounter in your bedroom at night when you're by yourself, door is locked, a predator or a big poisonous spider?
Predator all day long.
Why?
Because everyone's a demon.
He's going to lay some demon butt rope cables.
I would rather be sliced in half or
Then be bitten, which you
mutilated
could potentially survive
by
from.
a predator than be wrapped up in demon butt rope. We've said butt
Fair
rope
enough.
so many times in this
Well,
episode.
this episode is clearly going to be called Demon's Butt Rope now, isn't it?
I mean, of course. So thank you for joining us for this week's Demon Butt Rope. As always, you can find us on Facebook at But It Was Aliens. Our Facebook group is Extraterrestrial Towers, and we're on Instagram at But It Was Aliens Podcast. We are also on the Twitter. That sounded
Your
fucking
throat
wrong.
went. Oh, imagine if you lost your ability to do that. I'd have to start it.
The Twitter. There we go. At But It Was Aliens, and on Patreon. Where you can find bonus episodes covering everything outside the extraterrestrial, like
Rasputin's dick.
and
Rasputin's dick.
also,
Rasputin's dick.
there we go. And we also have a bonus episode on there covering Rasputin's dick. That is it from us today. Remember, the truth is up there. Hashtag. Now, how many times this summer have you walked around and been hit in the face by a demon's butt rope?
Once?
It's happened to me about 1 million times.
You live more in the countryside than me, though.
Fucking demon's butt rope.